Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Nick. This is my mom, Jen.
Hi, guys.
And today we are watching Troy. This is an old favorite of mine from 2004.
Ooh, 2004.
Directed by Wolfgang Petersen. It is an adaptation of the Iliad written by Homer, dated to roughly 1200 BC. So it's one of the oldest pieces of literature in the Western world.
Wow.
And funny enough, the Iliad only covers like a certain period, because the Trojan War lasted for like 10 years in the story. The Iliad covers like one little episode or one little period.
Okay.
So it's like all these other poems and stories from that we get kind of the bigger picture of the war. Got a pretty stacked cast overall. We got Brad Pitt. We got Orlando Bloom.
Ooh.
The face that launched 1,000 ships is played by none other than Diane Kruger, who we just saw in Inglourious Bastards.
I love Diane Kruger.
At the time, she was not quite that big of a star yet, and because the director wanted someone who was kind of unknown.
Okay.
Originally, he wanted Helen to just be mentioned and not appear, because like the most beautiful woman in the world, inevitably whoever you pick isn't gonna live up to that description. So he wanted it just to be like implied, or you don't see her at all. But that's why he went with kind of like an unknown actress, so she'd be interesting in that regard.
Yeah. It's Diane Kruger, right?
Yeah. And then James Horner does the soundtrack. He's probably my third favorite composer. He did the first Avatar movie and Mighty Joe Young.
Okay.
So
you love Mighty Joe Young.
Yeah, I really do. The music alone is why one big reason why I love this movie. But it's a lot of fun, you know.
Okay, I would have never thought like a movie like Troy would be about the music. It would be more of the epic story part. But okay, that's good.
That too, yeah. And this is also one of the many movies that were released in the wake of Gladiator. Because that one came out 2000. It kind of launched a new trend of like epic historical based sort of war films with scores and grand vistas, and not as well received when this one came out, but it's like an old favorite of like mine and a lot of other people.
Okay, sure.
So it's a lot of fun, and
Brad Pitt can't go wrong.
Yes, you cannot go wrong. So yeah, without further ado, let's get watching.
Men are haunted by the vastness of eternity, and so we ask ourselves, will our actions echo across the centuries?
Poor horses. They always end up in these battles.
Yeah.
Oh, the Brian Cox?
Brian Cox, yeah. And Julian Glover.
Oh.
Let's settle this war in the old manner. Your best fighter against my best. Boagrius!
Ooh. Quite a name. Boagrius.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
no. Achilles!
Hello?
Where is he?
I sent a boy to look for him.
Uh-oh. Achilles, you're in shit.
The Thessalonian you're fighting. He's the biggest man I've ever seen. I wouldn't want to fight him.
That's why no one will remember your name.
Well, that's harsh.
Yeah. You should have said, you're the smart one then.
Well, to the Greeks, especially the heroes in the mythology, like glory was everything. You know, earning renown and
honor and
I should have you whipped for your impudence.
Imagine a king who fights his own battles. Wouldn't that be a sight?
Little cocky, eh? Oh, Jesus, that was quick. Oh,
fight's over.
Fight's over. Oh.
The ruler of Thessaly carries this scepter. Give it to your king.
He's not my king.
Oh. He's an independent contractor then, is he?
You could say.
Oh, I love that perspective, eh? Sparta. Back to Sparta we go.
Yep.
I was going to say, they always say son of so-and-so, but they never say son of the mother's name.
No, very, you know.
The woman who carried and birthed them, you know.
Yeah. Well, to the Greeks, you know, women were just like the vessels of the children. There were no more.
Helen and I salute you.
Oh.
Eric Bana.
And
Brendan.
Orlando. Yeah.
Spartan Troy. and fought well.
And it's Mad Eye Mooney.
But I have always respected your father. I respected him as an adversary. I respect him now as my ally.
Oh.
How you doing?
Be here. That's what you said last night.
Ooh. She is a beauty, that one.
She is. Hey, you lucky bastard.
Yeah. So who is he to?
So this is Hector,
Achilles?
and then Orlando Bloom is Paris. They're brothers.
Brothers. Okay. Right.
You don't have to fear tomorrow. Come with me. If you come, we'll never be safe.
He's so young looking.
Mm-hmm.
The last time you spoke to me like this, you were 10 years old and you'd just stolen Father's horse. What have you done now?
Did he sneak her on? Oh God, he brought her? Oops. Is that her daughter? Or I mean his daughter?
Who?
That girl, Helen, right?
Helen is his wife.
Oh, it's his wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what you've done? Do you know how many years our father worked for peace? I won't ask you to fight my war. You already have.
Hmm.
Yeah, because all the king sees is they all took her. Or
Yeah. Yeah, the Greeks had the concept of Xenia, well, also known as a guest right. It was enforced by Zeus, king of the gods. You know, you honored your guest, the guest honored the host.
oh yeah.
It was a big no-no to break that.
Yeah.
Doom and misery would fall upon you if you would break it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I want her back.
Well, of course you do. She's a beautiful woman.
I want her back so I can kill her with my own two hands. You're the elder, you reap the glory. This is the way of the world.
They're brothers?
Mm-hmm.
But have I ever complained, brother? Have I ever asked you for anything?
Never.
Will you go to war with me, brother?
I think he quite enjoyed going to war.
Yeah.
I want all the kings of Greece and their armies.
We need Achilles and his myrmidons.
Myrmidons?
Yeah, like the faction he leads.
Right, yeah.
There's only one man he'll listen to.
Oh.
Guess who?
Is that Boromir?
Yep.
Ah.
Patroclus, my cousin. Odysseus, king of Ithaca.
Patroclus. I knew your parents were.
Odysseus.
Mm-hmm.
King of what?
Ithaca.
Ah.
Forget Agamemnon. Fight for me. My wife will feel much better if she knows you're by my side. I'll feel much better.
This war will never be forgotten, nor will the heroes who fight in it.
There are some fine-looking heads of hair in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them on women. I mean, Diane Kruger's was nice, but the rest of these guys, like, I want that hair.
Long before you were born.
His mother.
Mm-hmm.
If you stay in Larissa, you'll find a wonderful woman. You'll have sons and daughters, and they will have children. And they will love you. But when your children are dead, their children after them, your name will be lost. If you go to Troy, glory will be yours. They will write stories about your victories for thousands of years. The world will remember your name. No, you will never come home.
Okay. The decision has been made.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Because he said like 1,000, right?
The face that launched 1,000 ships.
Ah, there we go. Why are they together? Did they just come back?
They go back to Troy.
Right. But why are they all happy to see them? Aren't they in trouble? Because she's...
Well, they don't know. All they know is their princes have come home.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, you have to help me along again.
Okay.
So they didn't come back to where they left from?
They went home. This is their home.
Right. But remember he said we're turning around because he took her.
They changed their mind.
Oh, they kept going.
Because Hector said you already have started a war.
Oh, okay.
So he's like back to Troy.
Okay. And they came from?
Sparta.
Sparta. But this is their home.
Yeah.
What were they doing in Sparta?
They were making peace. They were celebrating after years of war.
Okay. Including Helen.
Yeah.
The father. And,
okay. Yeah. So like Helen was the wife of Brendan Gleeson.
Right.
Mad-Eye Mooney. He has been at war.
Right?
No, he's not here.
They're not here. Yeah.
He had been at war with Troy for years and years.
Okay.
They were finally making peace.
Okay.
The princes came there as emissaries to make peace.
And then he took his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. You see why he's so incensed.
I see. Okay.
Yep. There he is.
Oh. He's their father.
Yeah. He's the king.
Yeah, we made peace. Look, I brought you their queen.
Father.
This is Helen.
Helen? Helen of Sparta?
Helen of Troy.
She's like, your dad seems nice. Oh, that's his wife?
That's Hector's wife, yeah.
Scroon.
Brisset.
Paris!
That's Rose Byrne.
Beloved cousin.
Oh, his cousin.
This is my country. And these are my countrymen. I don't want to see them suffer, so my brother can have his prize.
It's the way it should be.
What if we left? Tonight. Right now.
Where are you going to go?
What if we went down to the stables, took 2 horses and left?
Well, that way you wouldn't have to see your countrymen get slaughtered.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
You know, because it's kind of your fault.
He'll track us to the end of the world.
He doesn't know these lands. I do. We can lose ourselves in a day.
You don't know me.
Head in the clouds, this guy. Yeah.
A little bit.
I've seen her before.
Yeah.
Remember where? Oh. How many? All of them.
Yeah, pretty much. The Greeks are coming. The Greeks are coming.
Black sail. It's Achilles.
What's the fool doing? He's going to take the beach of Troy with 50 men?
Put down your spear.
But I'm fighting the Trojans, cousin.
Not today. I can't fight the Trojans if I'm concerned for you. Guard the ship.
Watch the car.
Troy's mother to us all. Fight for her!
Today is this day.
Yes.
Or is that day?
This day we fight.
Yes.
Yeah, Hector's the kind of leader I would want to follow.
Do you know what's there? Waiting. Beyond that beach. Immortality! Take it! It's yours!
But why is he doing it on his own with these guys instead of part of the whole group? Like he said, he's going to try and take the whole thing with 50 men? Or?
Well, you know, he's like, you know, I'm the real warrior. I'm going to go ahead and get the job done,
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So they're not all lions, apparently.
Well.
Down low. Get their knees.
Yes. Yeah, they're trying to recreate the D-Day sequence from Saving Private Ryan. Because this sort of thing wasn't a thing for ancient warfare.
Oh, okay.
You would, like, let the other guys land and then, like, fight with your infantry. Thanks for a cool sequence, though.
Yeah, well, didn't they do sort of do something like this in Gladiator, too? Remember they were all together in the...
Well, that was on land.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, true. I hear the squelching.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Roll your lazy horse!
Jeez.
Greeks are dying! Roll!
Yeah, that's Ajax the Lesser, one of the most famous heroes of the Trojan War.
Oh, right, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. One-man army.
Yeah.
Apollo sees everything. Perhaps it is not wise to offend him.
Brad don't give a shit.
Nope.
Oh, that was his guy.
Yeah.
You storm in and battle it out.
You must be Hector. Why kill you now, Prince of Troy? With no one here to see you fall.
Boy, Brad's all about the glory, eh?
Like I say, that was all that mattered to a Greek soldier. Yeah. The more men you killed, the more women you took as a slave, you know, the more cities you conquered.
But how many wives wait at Troy's gates for husbands they'll never see again?
Perhaps your brother can comfort them. I hear he's good at charming other men's wives.
Ooh.
My lord, you let him go?
It's too early in the day for killing princes.
Boy, they built that fast.
Mm-hmm. The men found her hiding in the temple.
Oh no, that's the cousin.
Mm-hmm.
You killed Apollo's priests.
Killed men in 5 countries, never a priest.
Then your men did. Sun God will have his vengeance.
What's he waiting for?
My lord. Agamemnon requests your presence.
I bet he does.
No one thought the Trojan beach could be captured so easily.
A beautiful gift, Triopas. You will be among the first to walk in the streets of Troy tomorrow.
Bunch of bullshit, eh?
Kings did not kneel to Achilles. Kings did not pay homage to Achilles.
Perhaps the kings were too far behind to see. The soldiers won the battle.
History remembers kings, not soldiers.
That part's true.
Yeah. For God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Guards!
Stop! Too many men have died today. I don't want anyone dying for me.
Mighty Achilles, silenced by a slave girl.
Before my time is done, I will look down on your corpse and smile.
Let's show us what's happening behind the walls here.
Yeah. Asking each
There we
other.
go.
Our walls have never been breached.
James Cosmo.
We have the finest archers in the world.
There won't be a war.
What dumb thing are you going to say now to try and make this better?
Tomorrow morning, I will challenge Menelaus for the right to Helen.
Okay.
The winner will take her home.
Yeah, right.
The sword of Troy.
My father carried this sword, and his father before him. Carry it with you tomorrow.
For a second, I thought he was going to stab him to try and get things over with. But
As a Trojan carries it, our people have a future.
Don't go tomorrow. Please don't go.
Paris fights tomorrow, not me.
50,000 Greeks didn't cross the sea to watch your brother fight.
Exactly.
I want to see my son grow tall. I want to see the girls chasing after him.
I can't lose you.
So many widows, eh? In the old days.
Yep.
Single mothers.
Well, I mean, the victor always took women for themselves, so they were like remarried and.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Wait!
She's going to go back? Try and stop it all?
What are you doing?
Let me go.
No.
I'm giving myself back to Menelaus.
It's too late for that. You think Agamemnon cares about his brother's marriage? This is about power.
It was just a pretext.
I mean, at least they accepted her right away, but...
Yeah, because by and large, as we've seen, the Trojans are like good, decent people. The Greeks at 50-50.
Yeah, debatable there.
Let them march, we stay.
But the men are ready.
We stay till Agamemnon groans to have Achilles back.
Does Agamemnon know about this one-on-one fight that he's supposed to have with Paris?
Well, Menelaus, the brother.
Which one?
Brendan Gleeson.
Oh.
So Brian Cox is like the overall like commander, but
Yeah. Oh, it's his brother. Right? Yeah, not that. Okay.
And this cast of characters, by the way, this is like a fraction of all the characters in the Iliad and the original myths.
I bet, yeah. Holy Lord.
Earthquake. No, Captain.
Yeah.
Battle formations.
They could do it group by group like they did with the so-and-so group does not wish to challenge today.
Oh, like Black Panther?
Black Panther. I mean, they could do it that way. And
well, and kind of like what we saw in the beginning with Agamemnon and Achilles and such, like a lot of Greek warfare, they did do like the whole like battle by champion, you know.
Yeah.
She's up there watching, isn't she? Good. I want her to watch you die.
Not yet, brother.
They look alike, those two.
They do, yeah.
A lot alike.
I see 50,000 men brought here to fight for one man's greed.
There is another way.
There we go.
So let us fight our own battle. The winner takes Helen home. And let that be the end of it.
A brave offer, but not enough.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about that.
I accept your challenge. And tonight, I'll drink to your bones.
Well, and obviously they're not going to be dumb enough to think that that'll be it, right? Even...
Don't let Menelaus hurt her.
You think of your sword and his sword and
Yeah.
nothing else.
He's not confident enough.
Never fought a battle, never killed a man.
Right, yeah. Jesus.
So.
Take him out right away, I think. Unless he can tire him out, like his brother said. Because he is older
and bigger.
Yeah.
That's become a gif and a
Is
meme.
it? The laughing and pointing.
Yep.
Oh. That's not good.
No.
Huh?
Is this what you left me for? You coward! Fight me! We have a pact. Fight!
Fight him, son.
This is not honor. This is not worthy of royalty.
Yeah, it's not a great showing.
No. But right from the beginning, he was an idiot, so...
Yeah.
What can you do? I mean...
And here we go.
Yeah.
Paris!
What's he doing?
The sword.
Oh, God. Oh, because his father told him. Yeah.
Love me a good battle scene. There we go.
Yeah, wow. Did the archers fire already? No.
No.
Ooh, that did well. You're doing pretty good.
Yes.
Higher ground.
Mm-hmm.
God, how do you do a production like this with so many moving parts and people?
Yes. Yeah, pretty incredible.
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Ajax, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to take him on here. Headbutt, headbutt. What kind of headbutt? Yeah, face butt. Because he's taller than you.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, did he get him? Oh. Oh. These guys that fight while they're impaled on stuff.
Yeah, just like Lurtz and
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring. And like General Kale and Willow. Took a lot to bring him down.
Yeah, but he did it.
We need to retreat! My army's never lost a battle yet! You won't have an army if you don't fall back!
They're taking them out.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, they were too close, right?
Yeah.
A lot of dead, though.
Mm-hmm. And actually, in ancient warfare, like when you hear, say, like numbers of like thousands died, or you know, and our army was wiped out, like a certain number died during the battle itself, but the majority will die in situations like this when they're running away.
Yeah.
Because the winning army could just mow them down at their leisure.
Yeah.
Oh, you think I'm a coward?
That's a nasty cut.
Yeah.
I am a coward.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You're an idiot. It was the crawling away part that kind of...
Shame didn't matter.
Sealed the deal there, eh?
I gave up my pride.
At least you could like fight and die like a man, you know, after everything you've done.
Exactly. And he's the one that said, no, we'll do 1-on-1 and, you know.
They're laughing at me in Troy. Drunk with victory.
Your private battle with Achilles is destroying us.
Achilles is one man.
Hector is one man. Look what he did to us today.
Spanked you like a child.
Yeah.
Well, even if I could make peace with Achilles, the man won't listen to me. He's as likely to spear me as to speak to me.
True.
Yeah.
You can have that damn girl. I haven't touched her.
Where is she?
I gave her to the men. They need some amusement after today.
Better to be a Spartan slave than a Trojan pig.
No. There you go. Good.
Oh!
Good. Shove it up his ass.
Yeah.
Once you fight them, you have courage.
To fight back when people attack me. Dog has that kind of courage.
Oh. Let her do it herself.
Yeah.
The gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal. Because any moment might be our last.
I thought you were a dumb brute.
No, I'm a literate brute.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, it's okay.
Aren't you afraid?
Everyone dies. Today or 50 years from now. What does it matter?
The joke's on you. I'm into this stuff.
Yeah. All right. Brad Pitt. Apparently he sleeps at the ready. Oh, beautiful sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
Not with all the war boats there, but
yes.
Other than that, it's nice.
Tell the men to start loading the ship. We're going home.
Ooh.
We sail in the morning.
Greeks are being slaughtered. We can't just sail away.
It's fighting you still long for. There'll always be another war. That I promise you.
Yeah.
Morale is battered. Hit them now. Hit them hard. And they will run.
The Myrmidons didn't fight yesterday. There must be dissension among the Greeks, but if we attack their ships, we will unify them. Yesterday, the Greeks underestimated us. We should not return the favor.
Wise words.
Isn't there a saying, never underestimate a Greek bearing gifts or something?
Yep, there is. This war is where it comes from.
Okay.
Desecration of his temple angers Apollo. The gods have cursed the Greeks.
I bet they relied too much on that crap, eh?
Prepare the army. We attack at daybreak.
Just because he thinks they're at a disadvantage because they're cursed. Yeah.
Well, and also, like, you know, they lost the battle so badly, so...
Those are his men.
No, these are Trojans.
Oh. Sorry, they all look the same. Everyone looks the same.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Wake up!
Yeah. Like, what the shit?
Yeah.
I just got to sleep.
What the hell's that? Big balls of twine or?
Of like hay.
Yeah. Oh, fires. Okay. Oh, that's pretty ingenious, isn't it?
It really is.
Wow. Have you ever seen that before?
Nope. Normally, that's the sort of thing you launch from like a catapult.
Yes, right.
Yeah, there's no stopping that.
Fire, yeah.
And back in those days, everything was flammable.
All you could do is run into the ocean there and duck down. Came back strong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not came back. They won yesterday.
Yeah.
Came on strong, I guess, is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Achilles.
Oh, okay. Who has since bedded your cousin, but you don't know that yet.
Mm. Well, the music is really good.
Imagine all the stuff you find in today's world, like going there with metal detectors and things, right?
Yeah.
How much is buried there?
If you dig deep enough.
Bones and look at that. Wow. Woo! The Greeks are all still half asleep. Is that Hector?
Yeah.
No. And Achilles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
And the other ones aren't even fighting, they're just watching.
Yeah.
Oh, he got him. That's not him, that's his cousin. Isn't it? Oh, Achilles is going to flip out. Oh, okay. Well, Troy's, yeah, we're done now. Right? Yeah, he's going to realize it's not him. Oh, son of a bitch.
Yep, straight from the story.
It's like, who is this? Oh, well, you have
Put him out of his misery.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't let him choke in his own blood.
No.
Not for one day.
Back to the ships! Back to the ships!
It was his cousin.
Oh.
We were going to sail home today.
I don't think anyone's sailing home now.
Yeah.
Well, that was bound to happen because he was gung-ho about fighting and...
Mm-hmm.
Achilles!
Man, I thought I was a deep sleeper.
Yeah.
Where's Patroclus?
Patroclus!
We thought he was you, my lord.
Where is he?
He's dead, my lord.
Who killed him? Yeah.
Hector cut his throat.
Thinking it was you.
Do you remember how to get here?
Yes.
Was there some kind of a passage out of here? Tunnel or something?
When you get to the end, you'll be by the river. You follow the river until you get to Mount Ida.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I just killed the cousin of the guy that's going to kill everybody.
I killed a boy today. And he was young. He was much too young.
He was playing soldier, so...
That boy's just saved this war for us.
Yeah, he'd have probably killed Achilles' cousin if he didn't, if he'd known that would get him going, right?
Yeah, because in the Iliad, Agamemnon, Odysseus, all the other kings and heroes, they spend like days and weeks trying to like beg him to come out of his tent.
Oh, really?
It's not until this happens that he wants to re-enter the war.
Well, now it's personal, right? And it's so stupid, right? Because Hector was just doing what he's, yeah. I wonder why he brought his cousin along with him like he wasn't supposed to be part of fighting or anything. It's just
probably just
why bring anybody that's not part of the
maybe just like see how like war really is, or get more training and experience and
rope.
Hector's my cousin. He's a good man. Don't fight him. Please don't fight him. Please.
Yeah.
Hector!
I've served you as best as I could.
No father ever had a better son.
Yeah, he's a good guy. The other one's a bit of an idiot, but 1 out of 2 is better than nothing.
Yeah.
I will guard you, my prince.
Yeah, even in the source material, like in the Iliad and such, like Hector is presented as a very noble, like warrior defending his nation. Because the Greeks, you know, for the most part, they presented anyone who wasn't Greek as like a barbarian and a savage, worthy of contempt. But even, you know, 1200 BC, the Iliad, you know, the Trojans are presented with a great deal of sympathy.
Remember what I told you.
You don't have to go. You don't.
You remember what I told you.
There's a really sweet scene in the Iliad when, in this moment, he's wearing his armor, so the baby doesn't recognize him and starts crying, but he lifts up his helmet so he can see him and then kisses him.
Hector should be saying, "I thought it was you."
Not
that it matters. I mean, it's just. Oh.
Now you know who you're fighting. I thought it was you I was fighting yesterday, but I gave the dead boy the honor he deserved. You gave him the honor of your sword.
And these two guys, they didn't have any stunt doubles for the scene.
Oh.
It's all them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the best 1v1 duels in movie history.
Yeah.
Just the choreography is really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, equally matched, though. Pretty well, hey?
Yeah. Best of Troy versus Best of Greece.
Uh-oh. Who was that, Hector?
Yeah.
Come on, get a couple licks in here, Hector. One of the archers could take him out, but they seem to all be on ceremony here of things, right?
Yeah. In the source material, he drags Hector's body around the city 7 times before he leaves.
You lost your cousin. Now you've taken mine.
Oh? The king.
Mm-hmm.
I have endured what no one on earth has endured before. I kiss the hands of the man who killed my son.
How did you get in here?
I know my own country better than the Greeks, I think. Give him back to me.
Oh.
He deserves the honor of a proper burial, you know that.
He killed my cousin.
How many cousins have you killed?
Mm-hmm.
How many sons and fathers and brothers and husbands? How many, brave Achilles?
And Peter O'Toole's amazing.
Yes.
If I let you walk out of here, if I let you take him, you're still my enemy in the morning.
But even enemies can show respect.
In my country, the funeral games last for 12 days.
It is the same in my country.
Funeral games?
Mm-hmm.
No Greek will attack Troy for 12 days.
There she is. Let her go with you.
You're free. You're a far better king than the one leading this army.
Oh, nicely done.
Achilles makes a secret pact, and I have to honor it. What treason is this? I will smash their walls to the ground. If it costs me 40,000 Greeks.
That's good. For my son back home.
There's the horse. The idea.
Well, Odysseus, you found a way to make the sheep invite the wolves to dinner.
Rouse the men, you're taking them home. Aren't you coming with us? I have my own battle to fight.
And it's hard for the cousin here because she's like, I kind of fell in love with the guy that killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Open the gates!
What days later? Oh. What happened? Holy shit.
There it is.
Yeah, wow.
What is this? An offering to Poseidon. The Greeks are praying for a safe return home.
Horses were seen as the sacred animal of Poseidon.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
I think we should burn it.
Burn it, my prince. It's a gift to the gods.
He had the best idea right there, didn't he? Burn it. Oh god, here we
In the story, there's a Trojan priest who says, like, burn it, we can't trust this. Poseidon himself sends a snake from the water that bites him and kills him.
Oh.
So everyone is like, okay, we need to, you know.
Okay. Well, that's all their ships and stuff, right?
From the plank, yeah.
They don't question why they would have built such a thing, or...
Well, like the priest said, it's
Yeah.
like they see it as an offering to Poseidon for the
Oh.
trip home.
Yeah.
Because all the ships are gone, so...
Oh. They just hid them, kind of. Oh.
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
That's where it's from, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised, though, that they, like, what's his name? Boromir?
Oh,
Like,
Odysseus.
He knows how crazy that king is, why he would further that, you know?
Well, because Agamemnon was just saying, I'll you know, throw away every soldier's life to get victory. So
okay. Oh,
this
I
is his
see.
way of getting
Okay.
victory without as much bloodshed.
Yeah. You know, it's all over when those vocals start like that.
One woman wail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, for once they should have listened to the idiot son.
Mm-hmm.
Odysseus, where is...
Yeah.
Let it burn! Let Troy burn!
What's your name? Aeneas. Do you know how to use a sword?
Yes.
Oh.
The sword of Troy. As long as it remains in the hands of a Trojan, our people have a future. Protect them, Aeneas. Find them a new home.
Soldiers of Troy! You men are warriors! To lead you has been my honor!
Oh, look at these men.
Oh.
Have you no honor? Have you no honor?
No, she's still relying on the gods.
Too late for prayer, priestess.
This piece of shit. Come on, Achilles.
And at night.
Good girl. Yes.
Nice done.
He'll be so proud of you.
Yep.
Good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh shit. Is that his foot?
What part of the body is named after him?
Oh, there you go, Achilles. Ah, uh-oh. Oh, God. Well, he's avenging his brother. It's interesting that Paris has taken him down.
Mm-hmm. Out of all the men and warriors of Troy.
Yeah.
You gave me peace. In a lifetime of war. Troy's fallen. Go.
Yeah, what a weird place to get an arrow in your Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
Find peace. My brother.
In a movie where so many characters die, Sean Bean lives to the end.
Yeah, which is mind-boggling.
Let them say I lived in the time of Hector, tamer of horses. Let them say I lived in the time of Achilles.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that's pretty true to...
It captures a lot of the essence of the original story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
There you go.
A lot of differences. I'll go to in a moment, but there's a nice little song here from one of our favorites here.
Oh, Josh Groban.
Yep. Lends his angelic voice to this epic.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
So that was Troy.
Wow.
What'd you think?
Was very good, yeah, but
epic in every...
hoping for a different outcome, even though it's the trouble with historical stuff, right? Or
well, this is mythological.
Mythological stuff is that they stuck to that.
It's like every time I watch Revenge of the Sith, it's like I hope there's a different outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess they got away, but where would they go? Out into the desert, right?
Well, to the mountains, and because Troy is located in what was called Anatolia, otherwise known as Turkey.
Oh, okay.
So there's like other, say, like, because Troy controlled like it was like a country, so there's like other like towns and places to go.
Okay.
And then
so we ended up with Helen was still alive, well, Paris,
yep, Andromache and her baby, and a couple others, and that
Braces, is that Braces, is that how you say her name?
Perseus,
right?
Yeah, she survived. Yeah, a lot of really cool moments, like, great battles, great music, and I have to say my favorite performances are from the Trojans, because like Peter O'Toole, for instance, legendary actor, like you feel his grief.
Yes, yeah.
In that tent, like that's like the finest moment in the whole
movie.
Well,
and I liked how he said to him, "How did you get through here, basically, to get to me?" And he said, "I know." I know my place better than the Greeks do, yeah.
Yeah, and then Eric Bana does a really great job of portraying Hector, because Hector is probably my second favorite character in the story. Just like he's a like a father, a husband. He's a man of honor, bravely defending his home, and he really just kind of feel like he's very like noble, and he's a much better man than most of the Greeks.
Yeah.
Andromache, I can't remember the actress who plays her, but she portrays like that character really
Hector's
well.
Wife?
Yeah, Hector's wife.
Yeah, I've seen her in something else. I can't quite think of what it is, but
just like her, her grief and her like, fearing for him, and like the Trojans are, even back in the source material, they're portrayed with families. They're trying to protect their home. Both sides, there's good and bad, which is kind of really notable for the time.
That's the thing, though, right? And I really like the one line. I've never heard that before, but where he said, "Wars are young men dying and old men talking."
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Exactly
what it is.
Yeah. Like war is politics by other means. It's always and like Agamemnon said, history remembers kings, and like the great men of the
soldiers, though.
The soldiers who fight and die for it. The movie does a great job of capturing like the essence of the story, because the Trojan War, as like in the original stories, lasted for 10 years, because like sieges of cities lasted a long time. There was like they conquered towns and such. There was all these other battles. a fraction of the characters are here from like the original story.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was cut out, Diomedes of Argos, who I think is actually a much better hero than Achilles, but that's just me. I like a lot of...
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest change that this made from the story is that the gods are completely removed.
Oh.
Because in pretty much all of Greek mythology, the gods are like their characters. They're involved in the story. And so a very, 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 very condensed form of events is as follows. Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite are trying to decide who is the most beautiful among them.
Okay.
They can't decide, so they go to Paris, son of Priam, and they want him to decide. It's called the Judgment of Paris.
Okay.
They offer him things like money, power, kingdoms, armies, and trying to bribe him into picking each one. Aphrodite, being the goddess of love, offers the hand in marriage of the most beautiful woman in the world. And Paris, being a red-blooded male, chooses that option.
Of course, yeah.
The unfortunate part is the most beautiful woman in the world is Helen, who is married to Menelaus of Sparta.
Okay.
Aphrodite kind of like spirits her away to Troy and kind of enchants her to go with Paris.
Okay.
Naturally, as we saw, Menelaus was very put out. And the thing is, years before, before Helen was married, almost every eligible like bachelor in Greece wanted to marry her.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And to the point of like there was almost like a war broke out.
Wow.
So Odysseus arranged for what was called the Oath of Tyndareus, that whoever Helen chose, all the other suitors would swear an oath that if anyone threatened her husband, they would all join forces and act together.
Wow.
So with Helen gone, the oath was kind of like compelled all these other kings to go to Troy because her husband had been like wronged or threatened.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the war started.
Oh, okay.
And so like I said, it lasted for 10 years, like many, many great episodes. A lot of the heroes get their own books, their own sections demonstrating their glory.
Yeah.
A lot of times it goes on about like their family history, because Agamemnon takes a woman named Chryseis as like his sex slave. Her father Chryses is a priest of Apollo, so he prays to Apollo to bring his daughter back.
Right.
Apollo obliges because he's kind of like the patron god of Troy. He sends a plague to the Greek camp, kills like they kind of reference that at one point, kills hundreds and hundreds, so he's forced to give Chryseis back to save his army.
Right.
Put out, he takes Briseis, who was taken by Achilles, as we saw, and then it caused a whole incident, and Achilles went to his tent and pouted like a little baby bitch for a while, and like because most of the Iliad is him waiting in his tent, and that like spells disaster because he's their greatest warrior.
Yeah.
So like Achilles being shot in his heel, because like the Achilles heel. In the original story, it's just stated that he's like the greatest warrior. Later, it became a tradition where his mother Thetis, who we saw as a baby, she dipped him into the river Styx to make him like invulnerable to all wounds.
Yeah.
So like if you hit him with a sword, he wouldn't bleed.
Right.
But she was holding him by his ankle, by his heel, to dip him in. And that his heel was the only part of his body that was like vulnerable.
Okay.
So that's why they went with him shooting him in the heel.
Yeah.
So, but that was like kind of like a later addition to the myth.
Okay.
And so Priam, when he shows up in the Greek camp, he's kind of like snuck in by Hermes, messenger of the gods. So like when he says, "I know my country better than the Greeks," it's a little bit more plausible that a god helps you, because like
Helps you, yeah.
how do you sneak through thousands of men, being there? And then actually the Iliad, like I said at the beginning, it only covers like a small sliver of like the last year of the 10-year war. It doesn't cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
It ends with Hector's funeral. And then
so this was supposed to be 10 years?
Yes.
Wow.
They condensed events a lot, because like Troy, like I said, it's like a kingdom and has other towns and cities, and there's all this stuff going on, but they just sort of focused on the one city, the one part of it.
Yeah.
And then as for the main characters, who lives, who dies, Paris, killed Achilles, like we saw. He was killed by a Greek hero named Philoctetes. And Helen, interestingly enough, Menelaus survives. He's not killed in the war. She goes back to Sparta with him.
Really?
And there's a lot of different stories, different versions, but by and large, in most of them, she was happy in Sparta.
Okay.
So she goes back with him, and they live out a happy
So the
enough
way you
existence.
said it, though, she was taken from there.
Yes.
Like more so than this one where she fell for him and went with him.
The movie does a lot of work to try and make you sympathize with Paris. They try and make it like a romance, young lovers against the world. But even here, like you could see, he's the villain. He's the one who starts all of it.
Exactly. Yeah. His little,
sexcapade.
Yeah. Spoiled kind of thing, right? Was I want her, so I'll take her. And
And like in the original story,
she went with them, yeah.
and in here,
Yeah.
And Helen, lives out her life with Menelaus, and it's seen as kind of like just like an episode of her life, not like a great mistake or something she wanted to do.
So they did a different one here.
Yeah, stuff like that. Odysseus, that's funny but at the end of the day, the Trojan War was about the gods fighting amongst each other, and all the mortals were kind of dragged into it,
right,
as their worshippers and as their followers. Because Hera and Athena, who weren't chosen by Paris, who has like the most beautiful, they were miffed.
Yeah.
So they sided with the Greeks against them. The Greeks won the war, but they also angered a lot of the gods for sacking Troy. So most of them, when they're sailing home, they spend like a decade or 2 decades like trying to sail home, because like Poseidon, namely, blows them off course, keeps them from coming home.
Yeah.
Some of the heroes come home, and like one Diomedes, my favorite character, he injures Aphrodite in battle. One of the few mortals to injure a god, 2 gods in the same day. But because of that, when he gets home, Aphrodite kind of enchants his wife to be in love with another man and take his throne. So like,
but like no winning.
But like I said, the Greeks, like they won the war, but in the long run, they all kind of suffer for it.
Right.
So Odysseus, he spends like 20 years coming home, and that's what the Odyssey is about.
Oh, okay.
It's named after him, and that's why an Odyssey is a great, long, arduous journey you go through. Agamemnon, he does not die in this war; he lives, but when he gets home, he is murdered by his wife Clytemnestra.
Oh, good.
Because what happened is, when they were going off to war, he had killed a deer that was sacred to Artemis, goddess of the hunt. So as a result, she withheld the winds from them, so they wouldn't have any wind for their sails. So they had to appease the goddess. Agamemnon had to sacrifice his own daughter, Iphigenia.
Oh, jeez.
Artemis was appeased. She gave the winds. Clytemnestra, understandably, never forgave him.
Yeah.
And she and her lover murdered him.
Oh, good.
Like drowned him in a bathtub, I believe. And then later on, as revenge for that, her son Orestes kills her and her lover. And also their daughter Electra was involved.
Jeez.
It's a long, long day. So Freud, and like you've heard of the Oedipus complex, like son and mother and whatnot.
Yeah.
The lesser talked about version of that is the Electra complex.
Oh.
Named after Electra, daughter of Agamemnon. A daughter who, according to Freud, wants to be with her father, so murders her mother. So that's where that comes from.
Okay.
And then Hector, unfortunately, his wife Andromache, she is taken as a wife to Achilles' son Neoptolemus, and her baby is, like he kind of mentioned, thrown from the walls of Troy. Because when cities are sacked, people die or taken as slaves.
Yeah.
When Paris gave that sword to that guy going into the tunnel, Aeneas, that is a reference to a story written in Roman times called the Aeneid, because according to that, Aeneas was a prince of Troy who escaped with his father, as we saw, and some of his family. And he went on kind of his long journey across the Mediterranean, and he wound up in Italy, and he founded a city called Alba Longa.
Oh.
His descendants, Romulus and Remus, founded the city of Rome.
Oh, wow.
So when Rome conquered, according to the story, when Rome conquered Greece, it was seen as kind of symbolic, like vengeance for Troy. Like their descendants. So and it was written by the poet Virgil for the Emperor Augustus. But that's what they're referencing, that one. Like he gave the sword to Aeneas. Like our people have a future, which is kind of referencing that story.
Oh,
but
cool.
there's like a lot of like nuance to it. There's like many different versions, and like I say, the biggest change is like they removed the gods in this version, made it more just like down to earth and political stuff going on.
People were praying to the gods. And
stuff. And then stuff like in the Greek world, the gods like Zeus, like at any moment in time he could hurl a thunderbolt, obliterate you, and burn your city down, and there was nothing you could do about it. Humans were playthings for the gods.
So
it was a big no to desecrate their temples.
Well, yeah.
So like when Priam and the others, when they're like, it's in the hands of the gods, we will pray to the gods, there was a little bit more justification in the story, because the gods were actual forces and characters in the world.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, the gods like fighting amongst themselves, and it's like the humans had to pay the consequences, like most of Greek mythology. They had a very kind of cynical view of the universe.
Yeah.
But no, this is a really great movie, great, like, harkening back to the old epics of back in the day, grand sets, thousands of extras, and it's just a really well told story. It's like one of my favorites, and like critics, it's one of those where like they didn't really like it. A lot of these came out after Gladiator, trying to cash in on the whole like renewed interest in Greek and Roman inspired stuff. But that is the end of today's lecture, and that is the end of the movie. I've said it before, guys, like this is my jam. I can talk about this all day. I've written papers on this in university. I've studied it endlessly. But and it's also just a really good, really fun movie. I really enjoy it. So yeah, thank you for joining us for Mom's time with this one. If you want to watch the full length of our reaction, I'll put a link down to our Patreon below. Check out this and all the other movies and shows we do. Got a lot of a lot of exclusives on there that aren't on YouTube. Stuff like Ted Lasso. We are having so much fun with that.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, Sopranos is coming out, and yeah, that's all we have for you today. So we will see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.